Hello everyone. Today, group two of us will present about how to manage stress. Group two consists of three members is Kiều Quang Lộc, Phạm Bá Nguyên và Nguyễn Văn Kỳ. We all know. So next slide, introduction. Uh, we all know what like to feel stressed and we deal with it differently. But is stress too complicated? If you are too stressed, your body will signal that you have muscle tensions, sweaty palm, difficulty sleeping. You will feel scared, excited, tired, or have trouble concentrating. This can be a sign of stress, but the consequence can be much greater for your life and those around you. So the solution is to manage your stress with stress management skills. Today, I will tell you guys about some type of stress and how to manage it with stress management skill. So at first, I have a video on managing stress. Um, I will show you.
We all know what it's like to feel stressed, and we all deal with it differently. But how much stress is too much? Your body will let you know when you're overstressed, with muscle tension, sweaty palms, or difficulty sleeping. You might feel worried, fearful, fatigued, irritable, or have a hard time concentrating. These can be the signs of stress, but the consequences can be much larger, both on your life and those around you. The solution is to keep your stress under control with stress management skills. Mike went through a period of high stress. He was laid off from his job and running out of savings. The financial strain was keeping him up at night. He was irritable and tense and even had digestive problems. At the VA, Mike got help finding ways to manage his stress, such as thinking differently about his problems and making time for hobbies and activities like walking his dog. The physical activity helped Mike relax and be mindful of his stress, and he learned some new problem-solving skills. He focused on potential solutions and not just the problems, even progress like visualizing himself starting a new job. Getting exercise and thinking positively helped Mike get back into the job market. Finding ways to physically relax can be extremely helpful. Joe was feeling detached from his grandkids as his aches and pains were keeping him from keeping up. But since he took relaxation classes at his VA and started doing light physical activity at home, Joe has found that he feels better, both physically and emotionally, and is able to enjoy more time with his family. Relationship problems? We've all had them. George and Vicky's relationship was suffering due to time management-related stresses. Working late, arguing over who would pick up the kids, and spending their only time together in silence. Time constraints led the Johnsons to stop cooking meals, and their new fast food diet took its toll on their wallets and their waists. The Johnsons took a stress management class at the VA and learned that making a plan and sticking to it could ease their stress. They used problem-solving skills to determine who would pick up the kids and make dinner on which days. And in the process, they made time to go on walks together. They learned no matter how challenging life becomes, help is available. To learn more about how to manage stress, talk with your healthcare provider or visit www.prevention.va.gov. VA healthcare is defining excellence in the 21st century.
Yes, as you see, there are some lights that change after they learn how to manage stress. So in the next session, we will introduce type of stressor. Please, Nguyễn Văn Kỳ. Next slide, please.
Yes, it's the most common type of stress we are encounter are a time gesture. You express time stress when you worry about time or the last period of. You worry about number of things that you have to do. In your fear, it's fail to achieve something important. You might feel scattered, unhappy, or even helpless. Encounter stressor. Encounter stress rerupt around people. So, especially encounter stress when you worry about interacting with a silent, visible or group of people. You might not supply them, or you might think that they are unpredictable. Encounter stress can also occur if you rush involves a lot of personal interaction with customer of silent. Investigally, if thought groups are in danger, for instance, bus cycle and for certain workers has high risk of encounter stress. Before the people they work which broadly don't feel well or are deeply upset. This type of stress all occurs from content overload when you feel overwhelmed or straining from interacting with too many people. Still no gesture. You explaining situational stress when you are in a scary situation that you have no control over. This called be an emergency. More commonly, however, it is a situation that involves conflict or a loss of taste of aspiration in the eye or your group. For instance, listening leg up or masking the major mistake in front of your team or experiment of strength that can cause situational stress as, as unfavorable worrying concentration and rash strength as anticipatory stress. Anticipatory stress expectable stress that you expression concerning the future. Something this check can be focused on a risk event, such as on oncoming precipitation that you are going to reap. However, anticipatory check can allow be observed and undefined, such as an overall sense of this about the future, or a worry as something will go wrong, as unblessing expectation and fear. As next, letter Kiều Quang Lộc.
Um, the next slide is about eliminating stressor. We have four types of stressor: time stressor, encounter, situational, and anticipatory. The eliminate strategy is effective time management, efficient time management, and delegating. Encounter stressor, collaboration and team building, emotional intelligence, situational stressor, work design. The anticipatory stressor is goal setting and small win. The next we will talk about managing stress or reducing stress. We have three stage study in active, proactive, and reactive. Uh, it, inactive is a long term time. The proactive is moderate and reactive is immediately. Uh, The purpose of the you can see the table define the define three stage three. The next slide we talk about reactive stage three. Phạm Bá Nguyên.
So, uh, all we know the reactive strategy is a short term of strategy. First, I have some tip for you. Some tip like take a deep breath and get some job done. Uh, breath deeply, get the job done. Deep breathing help us to regulate our breathing and regain our spirit to work. Uh, the second is something and get the job done. When I feel stressed, um, myself, when I feel stressed, I usually go to the fridge and uh, have some snack or apple. It makes me feel better. Uh, Next, when you have in the encounter stressor, when you have a disagreement or conflict with those around you, we can sit down and talk and continue to find a way to solve the problem. Mm, in next, you can invite them to dinner to talk or learn more about them to get them to know them better. You can both make new friends and have someone to share your work problem. Uh, Next tip is about the situation stressor. Because you move to the new workplace and you get a new job, new friends. So you should to create this create an invisible pleasure that make you stretch. So you should to create a familiar working concern to create the most comfortable working feeling for you, like some your workspace. You can equip um, someone something you like. Yeah, and because this is a new environment, so you should go out and explore, learn something new, visit and learn the cultures of your new place to be able to adapt to this place as quickly as possible. Inactive of the anticipatory stressor, you get stressed from thinking too much about things that happen. Yes, thinking about the futures is good, but thinking too much will make you stressed. For me, I will listen to music and melody that may help us release stress. And another way you can go to sleep to put your brain at ease. Yes. So next slide. Proactive strategy. In next section, please, Kiều Quang Lộc.
Uh, in that slide, we talk about proactive strategy. We have I have some tip for you, for time stressor. The first step is cardiovascular conditioning. We can do aerobic exercise for 20 or 30 minutes at least every day, every 15 8 hour in maybe 6 months. The next is meditation. Make a habit of saying meditative prayer or doing deep relaxing exercise daily. For encounter stressor, we have in for encounter stressor, uh, we can find common group. People who are in conflict often have trouble finding anything in common because they are so hung up on their different. Employees are more likely start working toward a solution when they realize that they have something in common. Uh, the situational stressor, we had the social support network. The mentor or the P can support us when we encounter stressor. We can forward thinking and change oriented action in organization. Uh, the last stressor is anticipatory. Uh, my tip for you is optimist. Adopt the mindset of a resourceful, creative problem solver who like a challenge. Uh, the next slide we talk about in active strategy. Please, Key.
Yes. Explore the native strategy. The native strategy is one in which problems are handled after they have taken place. When an operation adopts a robust explore is not meant for the blunt tunnel. Sometimes unanticipated problems are experienced by organizations, which may be internal or external to the organization. In such situation, companies need to react rapidly to manage the loss and the damage. This is when limits change century are used by orange civilization. Restitutory is rank the unnecessary effort and before critical spend on explaining activity. However, when a risk uproar is active, the origination is habits, slow response and often miss out on new experience of stunning in the market. Uh, might might something for you. Roll out with frank, then research you fail yourself by using some experiment tool. That's all. Thank you for watching.